this is how to make the 75 hard challenge way, way, way easier on yourself. And so, just before we go into it, just a quick reminder for 75 hard requirements: 2 times 45-minute workouts. So, this can be anything really. This can be running, walking. I think restorative yoga. So, if you've twisted something, you can literally just use yoga. That counts. It's just exercise, right? Um, Workouts must be 3 hours apart. You want to take a progress picture, 10 pages of reading, so a self development book. You want to drink or not once, you have to drink a 1 US gallon of water, which is 3.79 liters. Follow a diet, whatever diet that can you want, just follow it. And here, no cheat meals or alcohol. And so you have to do all these requirements. You have to hit these requirements every single day without failure for 75 days in a row. If you fail at day 74, you have to go back to one to complete it. So, yeah. And so, in my opinion, the hardest tasks of 75 hard was number one, water intake. 3.8 liters is a lot of water. Every single day, you are going to be going to the toilet all the time. And it's going to make certain tasks more uncomfortable, right? You probably won't be, you don't want to be away from a toilet, right, when you're on this challenge, because as you drink, you'll need to do number ones all day. Next, for reading requirement, this was arguably just as hard as a water intake, and that's just because you can easily forget they have not read that day, and it's really common that people will do everything about this and yet fail the reading requirement. You could so much things happen during the day, you can just easily forget it. And so this is known for getting people to fail the challenge. And this is arguably more difficult than the actual workouts, because the type of person who does this challenge, they're probably more gung ho about the workouts, even if if they haven't worked out themselves. It's not that tricky to be motivated to do workouts every single day, right? It's kind of cool, it's kind of fun, it's hardcore. It's the reading parts that you literally will just forget. And so you need to find a scheduled time to read it every single day. And so here's how I initially went about 75 hard. I would do my morning walk before the day started. Yep, just do a 45 minutes or 1 hour walk, just to get tip my first task off the day. Then I drink about 2.5 liters throughout the workday. After work finished, I would do another, like either a 45-minute walk or a 45-minute run, and then I'd read just before bed while drinking the rest of the water. But I did not make it the challenge easy for me, and it sucked, and it made everything needlessly difficult. Why? Because number one, just walking became uncomfortable later in the day because I was drinking so much water. This is going to be absolutely too much information, but if you want to attempt 75 hard yourself, you will need to understand this. Um, Drinking that much water means that you're going to need to go to the toilet, and it just is, right? What comes in must come out, and so you're going to need to go to the toilet. Problem is, at least in my area, lots of suburbs, live in a suburban part of London, which means that I couldn't just go into the bushes, or I couldn't just you know I didn't want to be caught peeing in public, and so therefore I just didn't want to be walking later in the day because I'd always needed the toilet, and I didn't. Same here with running. Running became uncomfortable later in the day because again I was drinking so much water. Also, when you drink that much water, uh, the more water you drink, the quicker it's going to come out. It usually takes about 1 hour to 45 minutes for like it to cycle through your body. When you're on your third liter of water in a day, every half hour you need to go. I remember I was watching a movie, right, while doing 75 hard. I just every half hour I had to go, and I missed parts of the movie. It was Avatar 3, and I watched it in the cinema, and I kept on having to bolt into the toilet. I felt so bad for the couple next to me because a I couldn't get a seat right by the exit row, and so I was like, sorry, sorry, and I had to go past that, and it's like, yeah, and I just couldn't enjoy the movie because I had to go anyway. Too much information. Um, I kept on forgetting and almost forgetting to read my 10 pages of my self development book until the last 10 minutes of the day. And I almost failed here multiple times. And yeah, was not fun. Also, it is objectively difficult to drink that much water. It just is, especially later on in the day, because nothing was making me thirsty later in the day, and so I was just forcefully downing large chunks of water. It'd be time where if I didn't manage it right, I'd drink like 1 liter. It's like, oh damn! When I tracked, oh man, I have to drink another liter, and I have 50 minutes until 12 until the day ends. It's like, all right, I have to do it. There'd be times when I would just be in my bed just like feeling like my stomach expanding, right? Like the pain because I had drunk so much water, right? So that happened once, super uncomfortable. I don't want you to experience that again. And so I believe at least what I stumbled upon definitely helped it. And so here's what I stumbled upon. One, so I kept my morning walk. That was fine. That was good. That put me in the mood to get get the day started. And then I did 45 minutes calisthenics and weightlifting as my second exercise, which was after dinner. And so for that, I did 5 hard sets to failure for each muscle group. I did 2 muscle groups per workout. And so I want to do this 6 days per week because I wanted my day to be exactly the same most days. I would do 10 hard sets to failure total per 45-minute session. It often went 50, 55 minutes, but that was fine. It'd be 5 hard sets for one muscle, 5 hard sets for the other muscle. So, for example, chest dips, bicep curls, that would be my arm day on Saturday. And so it'd be 1 hard set chest dips, 1 hard set bicep curls. And so 10 sets total, 5, 5, right? And so for rest, I would do about 1.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes rest in between sets. And during those rest periods, I would drink water, right? I want to have this amount of water. I'd calculate how much I had. It's like, okay, I want to have this much water in between sets. And the good thing is, after working out to failure, you become thirsty, right? You want to drink water. So that part just became way easier. Then I would also try and read 1 page of my book during each rest period, which actually sounds, yeah, as I put it, it sounds impractical, but I remembered more of the book that way. And I also had time to mill over what I just read when I was working out. Like when I was like literally like doing press ups or chest dips, I would you know, I had no music in. I would just think, okay, what do I need to, or what did I read? I was like, okay, so I read that. What do I think about that? And so I actually remembered more of a book. I still remember parts of a book now, and it's been like months since I did that, right? And so yeah, it sounds impractical, but I remember more of a book that way. Also, just a random thing, I found out when I was back in high school, I was really struggling to remember this passage for my essay that I wanted to remember, and so I thought, okay, what can I do to remember this? What if I just work out? No, what if I just read this passage that I'm trying to revise and remember for my essay? What if I just read it in a really weird location? So I decided to do my revision in the toilet, right? Which sounds crazy, but it's been more than 10 years and I still remember what I was reading when I was revising and reading in the toilet. And that worked so well that the next year I decided to go on the London Underground, and I was just sat on the benches where you wait for the train, and I just did my revision there, and it's been more than 10 years. I still remember, gosh, maybe less than 10 years. It's been a while, and I still remember exactly what I was reading. And so, reading in weird places, you're gonna remember it more. And so, yeah. Anyway, after that, I would take my progress picture while I had a pump on, so I looked good for my progress picture, which I put in my uh, group chat with other people attempting 75 hard at the same time. And so this was great because I had a scheduled time to make progress on multiple tasks at once, meaning attempting 75 hard just became so much easier, and I passed the challenge. And so I hope that was useful. I hope that gave you some inspiration. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. See ya. Ba 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 ba.